Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because there are so many new products in front of me that I picked up and we are going to try them out together. I did almost have a fail, but I feel like I was able to save it. So we'll definitely have that conversation later on in the video, but you'll have to get to that point to know what I'm talking about. Before we jump into it, you guys, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, and if you like this video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look using a bunch of new products that I recently picked up, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, we're gonna do a full-blown get ready with me. I have a whole tray of new items that I'm really excited to play around with. The new Sigma palette, the Natasha Denona powder foundation. I'm nervous about that because I haven't used a powder foundation as a foundation in a long time, but we're gonna dive in, we're gonna play around, we're gonna see what the new products are all about. And I only have a couple that I'm supplementing in that were already in the collection, but we are for sure playing around with the Sigma Cool Neutrals. I love this packaging. It kind of looks like if you were in a cave looking at different stones and layers to the rocks, and then there's like glitter. Is interesting. This did come with a dual-ended brush, and I love Sigma brushes. This color story is beautiful. So for every matte, there's a shimmer. I am so excited to dive in and swatch these. I'm also not sure which way I want to go just looking at them in the pan. There's some shades in here that I'm like, oh, okay, those are definitely in my wheelhouse. I can wear these for work, just an everyday, like, simple get ready. But then there's some that I'm like, ooh, we could do kind of deep and smoky. Let me go ahead, swatch these, and see if I know which direction I want to go with them. I'll be right back with some ideas on these swatches. Okay, the swatches did not disappoint. This first shade, which is Polished, it is definitely a glittery, glitzy shade, would be a beautiful topper to any look. And then I really like Angel Wing, which is a beautiful champagne shade, and Iris, that kind of periwinkle silvery shade. Oh, these are so beautiful and gorgeous. I'm glad I added this palette to my collection. The mattes are really pretty. I feel like I've got plenty of options from the burnt orange of Superior all the way to the cool grayy tones of Talisman and Condor. So let me go ahead, prime my eyes, and we will jump in because I am excited to play around with this. Okay, I have a way forward and I'm so excited for this. My first shade is going to be Talisman. This is kind of a purplish leaning, cool toned shade. But I am going to use my dual-ended brush from Sigma. Just a fluffy crease brush, and place this ever so slightly into the crease. It's pretty. You guys, the weather is nasty right now. And I think this cool tone palette is perfect for the weather outside. It is storming and raining and gross, all gray outside, no sign of sunlight today. And we have plans to go see a movie with, so our friend Erin, her and her team at HRVA Homes are doing a showing of IF, Invisible Friends. It's got Ryan Reynolds in it, and I'm so excited for it. But it's a perfect day to be indoors at the movies. But Erin, I've known her for a while. I met her like 7 or 8, maybe 9 years ago now, when I came back to visit my friend Casey. And when I was coming back from Chicago to buy a house and transfer to Norfolk, I asked for a real estate agent, and she helped me find my house, the one that I did my review on, or I did an empty house tour like 2.5 years ago now. And then when Luke was looking for a house, she helped us find this house. But her and her team are amazing. They do such fun events for their clients too. And then it just happens that I'm a friend and a client, so it comes full circle. But I'm excited for this. Last 3 weekends ago, we did Wine Fest. That was a lot of fun. Oh, Luke just got home. Alright, I think that's a good build, especially because we're going to go in shade. Going to go into the shade Condor. We're going to use the other side of that brush, the more compacted, fluffy side. This is the E54 Medium Sweeper. The one I was using is the E38 Diffused Crease. My highlight is from Sigma, and I love their brushes. Same thing with my pencil brush. I slowly build my collection. We're going to place that here to just deepen up the outer corner. But we are going to venture out in the rain to go to the movies and just hang out. No idea what the rest of the day holds, but today's the perfect day for a movie. Oh, I really like that. So no extra product. I'm just going to go on the outer edge of this and just kind of blend the edges. Maybe deepen it up a little bit more right here. It's a really pretty, like, smoky eye. This kind of reminds me of, was it Smoky Quartz from Sigma? Like, or not Sigma, from ColourPop. That's what this color story kind of reminds me of, with the cool toned grays and purpley shades. Not the whole palette, but part of the palette. Alright, now I'm going to go into the shade Iris. This, I'm going to use my finger to pick it up. I'm going to use my middle finger because I also want to use Polished because of all the glittery, shimmery goodness. And into Polished. Alright, so this one does have like deeper tones. I'm wondering if I can just get the glitter right through here. We'll see. I'm really hoping I don't mess this up. Ooh, okay, so it gave it an interesting effect because we still have like the champagne brown gold glitter going on right there. And the glitter kind of put like a glitter vein right through here in the crease. But then you have the light brightness right here in the center. Okay, let me grab... Alright, I grabbed my dry brush. I'm going to pick up the shade Polished ever so slightly, because really I just want the glitter. But right here, in the inner corner, finesse that and then bring it through the crease. Oh, that is so beautiful and breathtaking, and I really don't know if you guys can see the full effect of it. Okay, you guys, both eyes are done. Now we need to dive into everything else. And thank goodness for warm coffee. This morning is a much needed hot coffee kind of day. Alright, so this is a little bit different for me because I have the Natasha Denona powder foundation. This is the High Glam powder foundation. I have mine in N4 and 5 because my concealer from her is in N5. This is the High Glam concealer, which I love. Now, when I was watching some of the different like videos from her site, she would go into the concealer first, then go over it with powder. But I'm going to prime first. So I grabbed my Cali Ray So Blown Clean Blurring Primer. This foundation is supposed to blur pores, which I'm hoping, I have high hopes for this. I love all the products I've used from Natasha Denona, but it makes me nervous because I have used, oh, was it the MAC Studio? No, it wasn't. It was the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Foundation. That was not my favorite. I immediately returned it because that one showed all my lines. Every imperfection, it just kind of like clung to it. But the liquid form of that, I absolutely love. So I really had high hopes for the Infallible Powder Foundation. Now, I don't normally go and do concealer first and then foundation. This is technically a self-setting, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the powder foundation. I have some powder products as far as bronzer and blush are concerned. I grabbed a powder contour out of my collection. I could probably like do all the cream products I needed to first and then do the foundation. I just want to try it out first without any other things. All right, so this feels so weird right now. I feel like I'm messing up my entire makeup routine. But trust the process, right? You're supposed to trust the process. And I try these things so you guys know what you're getting into if you decide to purchase them. All right, let's go ahead and blend this out. And if you go on her site and you put in like information that you have as far as like what you use now, if you have any of like her concealer or whatnot, it'll tell you the right shade for the concealer. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Like compared to it, I probably don't need a like full-blown foundation and then concealer and whatever. This looks gorgeous on my skin right now. I'm also not in the habit of using concealer all over my face because I have so much redness. Which it is hiding right now. Let's just be fair. It is definitely concealing the redness I have. All right, so we started there. All right, so for this, you can do it as foundation or setting powder. I'm choosing to use it as foundation, so it is recommended that you use this little puff that's down here. And it's got the little thing to hold your finger in place. Now, if you're going to use it as a setting powder, you use a fluffy brush to just kind of disperse it over. Okay. This packaging is very nice. I love the soft matte velvet feel for it. All right, so here we go. You're just supposed to like press it into place. Oh, I don't hate this. Granted, we just started. I don't know, because it's starting to like pill the, yeah, it's starting to pill the primer. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. And it could just be the primer I used. There's part of me that's like, should I just use, I have primer drops. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to try something different. I used this on my friend Erin's daughter's face for her prom when we just did minimal makeup. The Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. I love this when I'm just doing a powder or something on top of it. I'll use this kind of as like instead of a foundation. That's what I did with her. I did the Niacinamide Dew Drops to give like the glowy effect of a primer. And I have wiped the rest of the primer off with the Cali Ray that I used. Because I love to, like, I like having a primer on my face or moisturizer to help everything just kind of do what it needs to do. I'll help this dry a little bit. Especially because now I need to hurry because we have to leave soon for the movie. Alright, so going back in to do the concealer over. right, now diving back into the foundation. And I really hope this works. It could just be that. Okay, it's covering some of the redness. I want to love this. For me, there is a lot of redness. So, and it is showing through right here. It's starting, like, it's starting to build. We're just going to do half so we can see. Okay, that's actually really freaking good. Especially if you want kind of a like minimal coverage kind of day. That's what. And it's not too heavy on the skin. Granted, I did not use a pore filling primer right here because I took the Cali Ray off. I just have the niacinamide dewdrops on there. If you want minimal makeup, like, all right, I'm just gonna go with it. There's part of me that's like, oh, I should probably go with a little bit heavier of a coverage. No, like, I still have this redness that's like pretty intense, and it's calmed down on the other side. Okay. And like that, it disappears. I am going to switch over to my other puff. This was from the Makeup Forever setting powder. I really like this puff, and I'm wondering if it'll give me more coverage. Because I like this, but it's very like, it's also very thin. I think I have a little bit more coverage now that I switched to the velour. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of really like this. We'll see how it goes. I am gonna wear this all day. I will try my hardest to remember to do a check-in later, because I'm quite intrigued to see, like, I haven't found a powder foundation that I'm like absolutely in love with. Oh, and just in case, I do have an affiliate code with Natasha Denona. It is linked down below if you want to pick anything up, save a little change. I do make some money off of that, but it is there if you want to use it. I almost completely forgot about it, but I was very intrigued with this. Granted, I still see my pores. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I will definitely try this with a different primer. See if I can find something that this, see, I don't know what's in this. I need to look up the ingredients on it, but maybe I just need to try the niacinamide drops with my Tarte Timeless next time. Okay, now let's go back into the cool neutrals, finish off this eye look, and finish up the face because I need to get out the door. All right, so we're gonna go back into a Talisman underneath the eye the entire length. sorry, I had to go let Sochu in. She was clawing at the door. Come here, Sochu. Come here, baby. Hi. I got her. She darted under the bed when Dixon came upstairs, and she was outside the door, and I was like, what is going on? Who is that? It was Sochi because Dixon and Luke are downstairs right now. Okay, into the shade Condor. Sochi, you can lay. Alright, now I'm going to switch over to the E54 end and just finesse this outer edge. I am quite liking this. She's finally sitting down. Okay, for contour, I grabbed my Sephora contour. This powder is so good. I use my bronzer brush, not my contour brush. I think because of like how this foundation is, that I would be able to, what is it, under contour or under color? Like, I'd be interested to see how it shows through. Now, I did pick up two new things from LA Girl. This was at Ulta when I was just randomly walking around. I picked up their Glow Envy Bouncy Bronzer and then the Glow Envy Bouncy Blush. There were only one shade of each, so I think there's just one. I don't think there's like multiple shades of this. Sun-Kissed and Rosy. Alright, so let's try this out. It's like a spongy. It's interesting. Kind of, I get the bouncy bronzer, but it's not like a powder. It's kind of like a cream formula. And I haven't used a lot of LA Girl. The only thing I think I've ever picked up from them is the like cream contour. When I first started my channel, it was everywhere. Everyone was talking about how good it was, and it's really good. And it was like a, maybe it was their like cream concealer. It was back in the day when I watched Amanda Ensing, and is she even on YouTube anymore? I haven't seen any of her videos recently. That's the other thing, is like sometimes I think I get unsubscribed from people, but when I first started my channel, like I would watch a lot of her videos and she was using that, so I was like, oh, let me try that out, and it was really good. I haven't repurchased it, but I would get it in a darker shade and use it as my contour. For being kind of like a cream formula, this is actually really nice on top of the foundation. And it doesn't look like it's moving it or anything. Okay. Ah! I just dug my finger straight into it. Oh, that wasn't necessary. And then into the Glow Envy blush. and rosy. That is really pretty. The bronzer is nice. It's very light though. I don't know that it's going to be good for like every shade. But I'm really liking this blush. I feel like I need to add some more into here. I made it really intense on the other side, but then I forgot about this side. That is really pretty. Now, because I want it to stay set, I am going to grab my powder brush and just dip into this ever so slightly, just to set it kind of. And just a little bit on top of the bronzer. Nothing too intense. Okay, I don't have any, oh, I need highlighter. All right, so this is the Rare Beauty highlighter. This is the liquid one in the shade Mesmerize. All right, so I grabbed some right there. I need to pop some in my inner corner and then on my cheek. I'm just trying to like pat it into place because it's liquid, so I don't want it to drag my makeup and ruin it. All right, just a nice illuminated look. Just like a little like candlelight. I also don't need it too intense because of the cool tone shades that I have. Alright, so for my brow bone, I'm going to pat it on with my finger, which I usually use a brush for, but this just seems like it's calling for a finger. And I was right. Alright, now for my cheek. It's just kind of like a dim lit, like the powder highlighter. I love that. It's so intense. All right, we're building it up a little bit. And then of course right up here. I don't know if it's like my favorite. Then again, I don't use a lot of like liquid highlighters. I use a lot of cream underneath, and even then I still use a lot of powder highlighters. For brows, I'm using my LYS Secure Brow Pencil. I just did a full face of this, and this was the first time I was using the brow gel, or the brow pencil. It's so good. It just like flicks in where you need it to. for lips, I'm gonna go do the rest of my brows, liner, and mascara. Okay, you guys, I've already lined my lips with my Makeup Forever Artist Pencil in Wherever Walnut. It is like one of my favorite shades right now. And then I grabbed my REM Beauty Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade VCR. Just keeping it nude and neutral. This is just so easy to throw into my little wristlet without taking up a whole lot of room. Might be a little bit warmer toned than I would have gone with this, but I also want to keep it fairly neutral. I also thought about doing a red, but I was like, I don't feel like that. I don't think that's my mood today. But you guys, I forgot something. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I completely forgot setting spray. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and maybe it'll make everything melt together. All the powders and creams. And I usually do it before lips, and I completely forgot. Let's press everything in. Okay, now this is the final look. It's like everything looks really nice. I am still, of course, like super focused on my pores, but otherwise I think my skin looks really nice. I'm gonna wear this all day. It is 11 o'clock right now, and before I take my makeup off tonight, I will try and do a check-in. At least remember to do one. Okay guys, I am back with a check-in for the foundation after 7.5 hours. I finished my makeup around 11. It is 6:27 right now, so give or take a couple minutes. It's been a little bit. I haven't touched it up. I haven't gone back in. And during the movie, there were some scenes that kind of had me choked up. So I did end up crying a couple times in the movie. And it's not really sad. It's just, there's some things that kind of, after this past year, some things that I just wasn't ready for. But looking at my makeup, so far away, it looks okay. And even like from crying, like you don't see the tear marks. I did not take the powder with me. Didn't think I was gonna end up crying in the movie. So I did have some tear marks right here, but it was just easy. I was able to like blend it a little bit and it disappeared. Even through my blush, I can see kind of like, I know where they're at, but like right here there's a faint, but even just like with the blush and even with the foundation, just kind of like feathering it out, no touch-ups. We are getting ready to go to dinner, which is why I want to do a check-in now, because I don't know what we're doing after dinner and if I'll remember afterwards to do another check-in. So this is what it looks like right now. I am a little shiny right through here. I tend to, because I'm on the oily side. It's not super hot right now. It's been in the 60s and rainy, so that's kind of a bummer. But, you know, looking at my makeup, it's not too horrible. Also, I didn't use my Tarte Timeless to smooth out my pores right here. I just used the Glow Recipe Niacinamide drops, which I really love. And it gave a beautiful base, kind of just a little bit glowy through, but even then, with this foundation, for it to be super oily, like, and I say super oily, it's literally like right through here. It's not that bad. I do want to try it out with my Tarte Timeless and a different, like, I'll probably use the niacinamide drops, but just something to kind of suppress the pores and the lines. So I am going to go back in. I did grab my little blender sponge, and I want to kind of touch up some areas before we go out to dinner. Okay, so it covered it up. It doesn't look cakey. The pores are there. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm not going to say it smoothed out the chin. So this is a powder brush that I used earlier. Yeah, it kind of sink into my lines right here. Granted, that could also be from crying. And then of course we also need to do right here in the forehead. I do want to touch up my blush right here. I didn't add any extra product from what I had on earlier. This is just what's left on the brush from earlier when I did my makeup. Just to kind of smooth out the little like tear marks that I can see. Okay. Let me know your thoughts. Are you guys picking this up? Have you tried it out? Like I said, I'm on the fence because I do want to try it with the Tarte Timeless, smooth this area out and see how it holds up. Right now, like, my other foundations will fall into the line right here. I don't think it looks horrible. I think it looks actually pretty good for just having niacinamide drops and no other primers. But I'm pretty sure we'll see this again in the future. Let me know your thoughts and we'll have that conversation. But you guys, that is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts. Are there any products that I tried out that you haven't heard of or you're thinking about trying out and maybe this changed your mind? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested in your thoughts. But you guys, before you leave, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this video, make sure to hit a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. And I'll see you in the next one.